bricks. Brick pam brick. Brick pam brick pam brick.
What's up, Wagwan? Welcome back to my channel, guys. Now, a big shout out to my new subscribers. I appreciate you guys, and my returning subscribers, thanks for supporting, thanks for returning. Now guys, today I'm going to be cooking Jamaica's traditional oxtail. So this is my marinade from overnight. I will show you in a few how I prepare the marinade from overnight. So it's good to marinate your meat, especially oxtails. You want to marinate it for at least 24 hours. So these are the ingredients that I'm going to be using. I'm also going to be frying some plantain and some rice and peas and some cabbage to go with my oxtails. So this is my overnight prep for my oxtails. Now, whenever you're cooking oxtails, wherever you buy it from, whether at the meat market or wherever, you want to make sure that you get most of the fat off. So you don't want your meat to be too fatty. So if you notice my meat, most of the fat is off. Now these are my ingredients. I have some scallion, onion, thyme, garlic, pimento. Alright, so 1 tablespoon of seasoned salt. So you're not going to add too much seasoning, because the following day or tomorrow or whenever you plan to cook it, you're gonna add more seasoning to it. So this is just for overnight prep. So 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, 1 tablespoon of onion powder. You're going to add about 4 pimento. And now this is my browning. So you can use browning, or you can also use gravy master. So this is about 2 tablespoons of browning. I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. Now the mere fact that I'm using soy sauce and seasoned salt, I'm not going to use salt, because those ingredients already have a good amount of salt in it. So these are my fresh herbs, and like I said before, I like to use both fresh herbs, fresh vegetables, and powder seasoning. So you want to make sure you season everything properly. And you could let this marinate, you could let this sit in the fridge for 24 hours, and trust me guys, the following day when you cook it, it's gonna taste good, it's gonna taste awesome, it's gonna taste much better. See how beautiful it's looking so far. Alright folks, I'm gonna start the cooking. So what I'm gonna do now, before I start cooking the oxtails, I'm gonna sear each piece of oxtails, and you could sear it for about 1 minute each side. So I've added some olive oil, about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add some brown sugar. Alright, so I've added the sugar. Now what you're gonna do, you're gonna wait until the color turns to dark brown before you add the oxtails. Alright, so you notice the color is changing to a dark brown color. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to add my oxtails. So you're just going to sear each side for 1 minute. Alright people, so you see the gravy already formed. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to saute my veggies for about 2 minutes. So I've already added some garlic and the thyme. So these are the rest. I've added some onion, some ginger, scotch bonnet pepper. Now the scotch bonnet pepper, Jamaican scotch bonnet pepper, is very spicy, so you don't want to add more than maybe 2 pieces of pepper. And this is my scallion. So the pimento, you could add about 10 pimento. So pimento, guys, like I told before, pimento or allspice, you could use the whole pimento, or you could always use the allspice. So if you're going to use the powdered version, you could use about 1 tablespoon of allspice. Alright, so I'm going to add back the oxtail. And look at that, man. This is the brand I like to use. That's the Jamaican Browning Grace brand. You guys can also use Gravy Master. So if you don't have Browning, that's fine, you can use Gravy Master. So I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of Gravy Master. Of Browning, sorry. So I'm going to use some soy sauce, about 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. And I like to use this brand. So this is a recommended brand you guys can use whenever you're cooking. Now the mere fact that I'm using soy sauce, I'm not going to be adding no salt. Because I'm using soy sauce, I'm also using all-purpose seasoning. And this have a lot of salt. So I'm not going to add any extra salt on it. So about 2 tablespoons of seasoned salt should be good. Grace garlic powder, about 2 tablespoons. And onion powder, about 2 tablespoons of onion powder. And I'm gonna use the whole black pepper. So about 1 tablespoon of black pepper. Alright, so I'm gonna allow this to, but after I add my season, I'm gonna allow it to sit for another 5 minutes before I add the water. And trust me, the extra process, guys, it worth it. It worth it, because especially when you're cooking oxtails, like, you don't want to rush oxtails. Yes, it takes 2 hours to cook, but you don't want to rush the process. Like, just take the time out, do the extra process, guys, and trust me, your oxtail will come out fabulous. So big up all the essential workers, especially during this time. I hope you guys are keeping safe. Hope you guys are staying home and you only leave the house if you have to. So all the essential workers, the doctors, the nurses, everyone, big up yourself. Mika, Jose, big up yourself. Alright guys, I'm gonna add about 6 cups of hot water. Not cold water, guys, add hot water. So after you add your hot water, just gonna stir it a bit. Alright, so it's gonna take about 2 hours to cook. Now what you can do, you can start it off on high flame, and then after about 15 minutes you can then reduce the flame to low and cook it on low flame. So after 15 minutes, start it on high flame, and after 15 minutes reduce the flame to about medium to low. Alright, so my oxtail is coming along, guys. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to test the meat to see if it's soft enough. So you want the meat to be tender as possible. So it's getting there, but it's not as tender as how I want it. So what you want to do, test the bigger pieces just to make sure that all of them are cooked. So it's getting there. So I'm also going to add some butter beans, but just before you finish cooking, I'll add the butter beans. Alright, so my oxtails are almost finished. If you notice, meat is soft. And it's always good to taste your food, guys, whatever you're cooking. This is so good. Alright, so I like to add butter. So just before, like 5 minutes before it finishes, I like to add butter. I also like to add a little bit of ketchup. Maybe like 2 tablespoons of ketchup. Alright, so I'm also going to add some butter beans. I'm using the Grace brand, Grace butter beans. So this is a traditional way when we're cooking oxtails in Jamaica. We add butter beans to our oxtails. Alright, this is looking so good, guys. I wish you guys could actually taste it. I'm also frying some sweet plantain, and as you can see, I'm also cooking some rice and peas and some carrot and cabbage. So that's what I'm going to pair the oxtails with. Alright guys, my oxtail is just about finished. I want to thank you guys for checking in. But the gravy should be like this. So you see that rich, thick gravy? Guys, this is looking so good. I wish you guys could actually taste it. But remember guys to subscribe if you haven't yet. Remember to share my channel. And thank you guys again for checking in. Alright, God bless.